Howdy, y'all. This is CJ here, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and be sure to hit that bell icon so that you're notified next time I post up a reaction. Now, also, if you guys have any recommendations or requests for things that want me to react to, please put it in the comments below so that I can make a list and start going off of what you guys want me to react to. Now, this one was a video recommended by Aaron Lopez W3. This one was a little bit of a tricky one. It is by Angry Cops. And this video I chose to go with was Are New Rules Making Basic Training Tough Again? So, the reason I said this one was a little bit of a tricky one was because I don't really have any history with overall basic or anything like that. Both my parents were in the Navy, so I do have that kind of a background where I kind of know the in and outs of military life, more or less. But there's going to be things that I'm probably not going to get. So let's go ahead and bring it up, and let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and get our headphones on. And let's see what happens. Let's see what's going on.
Is it me or is basic training getting weaker? My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. Basic training units are making drill sergeants weaker by telling them they can't swear or toss barracks. Looks like I'm gonna have to balance check basic training and bypass all these bullshit rules. Memos for this, memos for that. So many memos that the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, had to get involved in saying no, slamming people's in the toilet seat, and saying no more of these stupid freaking rules. Oh, but Drill Sergeant, what are these dumb rules? I will show you the way, young private. One of them is there's no swearing anymore. Drill sergeants aren't supposed to swear because it makes them seem unprofessional. Yeah, okay. Get the fuck over here, guy.
It's the military. If they're not swearing, they're not doing their job right. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, did that seem unprofessional or did it seem scary? Like I added a little bit of pizzazz. We'll break that one down in just a moment. Or how about another memo that says no more tossing barracks, drill sergeants? We're supposed to be the privates' friends. And how can we befriend them and hug them and give them smooches if we're throwing their barracks all around because they're undisciplined little pieces of shit that don't know how to keep their gosh dang house clean? But thank God. Thank God. The military's guardian angel, SecDef Pete Hegseth, stepped in and said, no more of this bullshit. But enough of me chattering, let's get down to business and break down these stupid fucking memos. Memorandum for all company personnel subject, policy letter number 8, profanity-free campus. Oh, we live on a campus now. I forgot. We are in college. These are college students meant to be coddled and swayed back and forth to sleep and not hear any bad words that they haven't already heard on television, YouTube, their gosh dang Japanese anime, tentacle porn shit. The usage of profanity, vulgar language, rude gestures, or remarks are strictly prohibited while operating in official capacities during duty hours. Vulgar language? Well, me. Rude gestures? Well, you can off. Such language does not align with the Army's core values and undermines the integrity of our soldiers and our formations. Therefore, it will not be tolerated in the 43rd Reception Battalion. Oh, you're going to tolerate it. You're going to tolerate the shit out of it. You know what? I'm going to read this the way that it sounds to me. Restrictions. Vulgar or disparaging language will not be utilized during meetings, briefings, training exercises, while addressing superiors, peers, or trainees. Vulgar or offensive language will not be displayed on any piece of clothing or personal effects at any time within the battalion footprint. Does this guy know we go to war? Is this dummy who wrote this stupid fucking memo that we're barely even halfway through? Does he know what the Army does? We got battalion mottos like kill them all. Isn't that vulgar? Isn't killing your enemy vulgar, sir? Maybe we're supposed to be a little vulgar. Maybe we're supposed to be a little crude. Maybe you're supposed to be a little crass and offensive because the shit that we do is offensive. It's supposed to be. You think lighting people up from a minigun inside a UH-60 Blackhawk is supposed to be friendly and kind? These aren't real bullets that kill, they're friendship seeds. Look as they sprout amongst all the men down there. They're laughing and giggling. Look as his arm, not vulgarly at all, falls from his body as he lies dead. Don't use vulgar language or swearing at peers. Oh, okay, so I can't be like, hey, Sergeant So-and-so, can you give me that f***ing thing over there with the stuff? Can you hurry the f*** up, please? I said please, sir. I said please. Get f***ed. Leader responsibility. It's up to all leaders to enforce this policy and create professional environment all soldiers are entitled to operate within as they complete their official duties. Oh, and this is my favorite part. 4-strike policy. This policy is punitive and can result in soldiers being issued a strike based off their behavior. What are we in fucking baseball here? This is like a grown-ass man learning to kill shit and blow stuff up. And we got a 4-strike policy there, a 4-strike. Tell me what the strikes are if I say some swears or something vulgar. Strike 1, on the spot verbal counseling. Hey, don't do that. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. If my dad was still in the Navy, or fuck it. If I was in the military right now, if someone told me that I couldn't swear, or if I did something stupid and they gave me a verbal warning, and I think it's complete bullshit, I'm just gonna say this now. If you're this is gonna get into a PG-13 content about this point because I'm probably just gonna go off script. If I think the verbal warning's just complete bullshit, there's a good chance I'll probably just say, you're full of shit.
Until you leave. Strike 2, written counseling added to soldier's board file. What the f*** is that gonna say? Drill Sergeant High said twice in a row one day, and therefore he should not be promoted because of the word said twice one time. Signed Captain Pansy Ass. Strike 3, removal of favorable actions. What's so favorable? Your unit sounds like it fucking blows. You're gonna take away my leave because I said 3 times? Try that bullshit. When I throw that up the chain of command, hey, Battalion Commander Dickhead won't let me go on leave because I said 3 times. Try it. Try it. Oh, I would be your guy. I would be your guinea pig for this. Strike 4. Chapter 1412B, separation for misconduct based on a pattern of behavior. Holy fuck. You're telling me if I say shit 4 times for one more good measure, you're gonna chapter me out of the military because I swore? I said shit 4 times, and now therefore I'm so undisciplined I have to be kicked out of the military because I said shit 4 times? I can smell the non-deployment on this turd. Tell me you've never been overseas and actually had to deal with some stress or real-life issues to make a fucking memo that says, well, I don't think they should swear anymore. Get fucked. It ends with, all soldiers, trainees, and employees deserve to be treated with dignity and respect when performing their duties or operating in the 43rd AG Battalion reception. The most productive work environment is one where employees and soldiers treat each other as they would like to be treated. All personnel, whether soldier, civilian, or employee, are entitled to be treated respectfully and courteously. Well, whoever wrote this memo, I don't respect you. You deserve 0 amounts of respect. Why? Because if I swear 4 times, you're gonna kick me out of the military. You see how fucking stupid that sounds? What kind of brain-dead dip doofus decided to write this and say, that's a good idea? Where's your fucking sergeant major? Where's your first sergeant? What? It says company. It says company. All company personnel, so there's a first sergeant. There better be a fucking first sergeant there who looked over this memo and said, hey, sir, this is dumb. Well, I hope you don't post that memo right away, because me saying fucking dumb would have gotten me strike 1, wouldn't it, sir? What a pussy. Swear words are making the military a not so good place to work. No, your incompetence is. Your idiocy is. And speaking of idiocy, let's get on to...
I'm sorry, but getting on with this. I swear at my own job. I'm not even in the military, and I curse almost on a daily basis at my own work. And there's rules against that in my own work. Luckily, I got management who really could care less how much profanity I throw out there, as long as they're not having to write reports about me offending people, which uh, which I'm surprised is almost next to nothing.
Today's next contestant, Memo number 2. Now, the last one was from Fort Leonard Wood, home of the engineers, and this one's from Fort Benning, home of the infantry. Infantry, a bunch of fucking babies. That's what this is run by. Let's break down what this brigade, I think, commander says. Subject, memorandum number 15, abuse of trainees, quote, bay tossing. Now, if you don't know what bay tossing is, that's when I instill a little bit of discipline into my troops because they don't know how to clean their rooms. But it goes on into further detail a little bit later on in the memorandum. Let's go ahead and read on. Our mission is to provide competent, capable, and well-trained soldiers of good character ready to fight and win our nation's wars. There is no greater obstacle to the effectiveness of the IMT environment than the improper treatment of trainees. Abuse of trainees undermines the trust of the American public by violating Army values, disrupting military order and discipline, and destroying a positive training environment. Okay. That first paragraph makes sense. Don't abuse the trainees too much. You have to train them. We don't want to just beat them mercilessly until they break and then leave them there as puddles of piss so that somebody else could be like, well, I guess we'll try to... No, we build them up. We tear them down, yes, but we build them up. But what does this brigade colonel think is abuse to trainees? The practice of bay tossing is strictly prohibited. Drill sergeants will not, quote, toss the bay, to include flipping mattresses, knocking over wall lockers, touching and or damaging trainees' personal items or equipment. Drill sergeants will not use bay tossing for any reason to include methods of corrective action. So then, what do I do when the bay looks like shit? Huh? Tell me what I can do. Tell me what I can do. You're taking away from me, guy. So why don't you tell me what I can do when the bay looks like shit? When they don't want to put their wall lockers dress right dress. When they don't want to mop or fucking sweep. When they don't want to take out the trash from the gosh dang latrines and there's stains on the inside of the toilet bowl. Huh? What do I do then? Do I just write negative counseling for them and say they didn't do anything? Well, off. You actually don't know what you're talking about because negative counselings don't mean dick, do they? You gotta give like 30 of them for a trainee to get kicked out because of failure to adapt. Oh, you could just put down on paper a negative counseling. They're trainees. They don't even know what that means yet. They don't give a that you wrote down on a piece of paper that they suck. They need real consequences that they can deal with. And one of them is tossing the bay. We're 2 weeks into basic training. I've told them the standards and taught it to them numerous times. And yet, a third of the bunks are still up. They don't know how to make their beds correctly. I've got bloated laundry bags filled with smelling clothing that they didn't wash the night before like they're supposed to. And I do what with it? I do what? I take a little sticky note and I pin it to it and then I say, "Go, you need to clean this up better." Well, can't swear at them either because they need everybody here in basic training to be. There was one guy on Twitter, the buddy Command Sergeant Major, and his tweet got over 500,000 views and hundreds of comments, and everybody loved it. And do you know what it was? Do you want to know what it was, Colonel? It was hundreds of troops sharing how they got the smoked out of them and their barracks tossed and how they loved it. How they were proud to tell other people they had gone through the gauntlet, survived, had a strong amount of discipline instilled in them, and they carried on for their fantastic military careers. How everybody was braggadocious about who got it worse or who had a more interesting way of getting smoked or having their tossed or having a drill sergeant say something to them. You're handcuffing us behind our backs and it's not fair. Oh, you get to sit there in your high tower and on all of us doers. All the doers. We're the doers. You're the sayer. You're the officer. You say do this. And guess what we do? We do it. We're the doers. Stop with our job. And I love how the point of contact for this memo is a Command Sergeant Major. Hey there, Command Sergeant Major. You look stupid too. I don't know whose bright idea it was. I don't know. I don't feel like it's the officers. I feel like it's the sergeant majors. I feel like it's a private hugging sergeant major who says, like they all stereotypically do, You know, when I was a drill sergeant, I smoked the shit out of people, and I broke all the rules, and I made really good troops. But now that I'm in charge, I'm going to slaughter every single one of you who steps even a little bit out of line. In fact, if you follow the rules, but it's a rule that I don't like, I'm still going to slaughter you. You look like you look dumb. What a freaking dumb memo that made everybody with their name attached to it look dumb. Oh, and guess who agrees with me? SecDef Pete Hegseth. Because just days after this stupid barracks tossing memo came out, guess what happened? They rescinded it. Whoa. It's almost like it got so much backlash that people above, the idiots who wrote this memo, said, hey, what the f are you doing? You look absolutely ridiculous. Maybe basic training's supposed to be hard. Maybe leave the doers alone. And now I quote the rescinding memo. Memorandum for record. Subject, policy memorandum number 15. Abuse of trainees, bay tossing, is rescinded. You don't say. The 197th Infantry OSIT. Oh, it's f***ing infantry. Oh, An infantry brigade got told, don't flip the barracks, they're infantry, they're too soft. Oh, you're never gonna live it down. Oh, you're never gonna live it down. Engineers coming over here up, and the infantry's in their bays like, please don't kick my soft shoes and boots across the bay. Please, drill sergeant. Queen of battle is right. The 197th Infantry OSIT Policy Memorandum number 15 is rescinded as of 3 August 2025. And thank frickin' God. Now it's my understanding that word got all the way up to the SecDef and some other people, and well, they came down. Higher ups came down on that Infantry OSIT brigade. And they said, you better rescind that because we're not going to be building pansies on the front line. So how about you take that dumbass memorandum, rescind that scrunch it up real nice and tight, and shove it way up your candy ass. But did the Secretary of Defense stop there? No, because when you're clearing house, you might as well keep that momentum going, baby. And he added this additional fantastic internet moment, which is make basic great again. Hegseth looks to return drill sergeant shark attacks to basic training. Posted by the man himself. Oh yeah, coming back up to basic training land, getting ultra motivated. Oh yeah, getting rid of that 100 yards and bringing back the shark attack. Oh yeah, shark's coming up and down, looking and smelling blood in the water. Oh yeah. If you think that you can,
Put in the comments below, what is he talking about shark attacks? Please put it in the comments. I'd like to know. Because it sounds like it'd be interesting. Or actually, I shouldn't say interesting. It should be more hellish for recruits. I'd say that's more accurate.
escape a drill sergeant's sense. You will not, because it is always tingling, Private. Oh yeah. Now for some of us, shark attacks haven't exactly left. Somebody kept doing them anyways. Well, at least the good ones did. So finally, I have some good news to bestow on all you weirdos. Basic training's coming back, baby. Hotter and heavier than ever. We're going back to the early 2000s. So shine those boots. Make sure they're dressed underneath those bunks of yours, because I'm going to be low crawling with my red lens underneath your bunks looking for whoever's passed out on fire guard. See you soon, Fort Leonard Wood. Get back here. Yeah! Oh, you got the mustache still. That's all right. Bringing back the shark attack? How exciting. And you know what else is exciting? Boom! New shirts from me. That's right. You've got your action figure drill sergeant. Comes with knife hand accessories. And barracks party. Speaking of toss in the bay, how about a barracks party? That's what a barracks party can be. Toss in the bay and f***ing it up. Or it's already fucked up and now you've got to unfuck it. Remember the good times and the bad times. Cheapest way to support the channel is leave a comment. What do you think about Shark Attack coming back? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I'm so f***ing excited. Also, what do you think about these memos? Am I right? All right. See you next time, weirdos.
Okay.
That one was good. That one was good.
Alright. That was an interesting video. I'm not going to claim to know what everything he talks about. Like, I know, like I said, I know about bay tossing because they're in almost every you know movie that has basic in it. Is just chucking everything out of the bay or chucking everything out of the bunk, off the bunk. The bunk goes with it. The foot locker goes with it. Everything. Swearing. I that's BS. There's you're gonna get swearing regardless of that rule. And if you're too soft-hearted that you are offended by swearing in the military, oh boy, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Because they're gonna, because like I said, both my parents were in the Navy, and I promise you, if you think your everyday swearing is bad or offensive, they will teach you new words in basic or in the military in general. They will teach you new cuss words. Words that you probably never even heard of before. So, yeah. That was that. If you guys have any more requests or recommendations for any videos that you might want me to react to, put it in the comments down below. And if you feel like it, for any of the military people who watch my videos, put like a story in the comments of any experiences you've had. Let's hear them, because I be a good laugh. Only if you want to, though. But I would enjoy reading some of them comments about any experiences you guys have had in basic or in the military in general. But with all that being said and done, the current goal right now is 1,000 subscribers. Help me make this channel big and successful. Just like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you want to get notified every time I post up a reaction. And let's try to make this thing successful, shall we? But in the meantime, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.